Hi everybody, Mrs. Heath here, coming to you from my house, and I'm going to do a read aloud with you today. Because it's springtime, it makes me think about the weather and how the weather's changing from winter to summer. That's basically what spring is, turning from winter to summer. We go from cold to warm weather and everything starts to bloom. A lot of things are blooming because it's raining a lot. We get a lot of rainy days in the springtime. And I would like to read you a book that talks about the rain, and it's called The Rain Came Down. This book happens to be by David Shannon. He did the words and the illustrations, so he's the author and the illustrator. And he's the one who also writes the No David books. So we know him. He's a good author. Here we go. The Rain Came Down. The rain came down. On Saturday morning, the rain came down. It made the chickens squawk. The cat yowled at the chickens and the dog barked at the cat. And still the rain came down. The man yelled at the dog and woke up the baby. "Stop all that yelling," shouted the man's wife. The dog barked louder, and still the rain came down. A policeman heard the noise and stopped to see what was wrong. His car was blocking traffic, and a half a block away, a woman squirmed in the back of a taxi. "Hurry up, or I'll miss my plane," she told the taxi driver. So he started honking his horn. The truck driver in front of him got mad and started honking back. "I have tomatoes to deliver," he shouted. The ice cream man heard the honking and turned up the music on his van. Jingle-a-jingle went his music. Slap-a-de-slap went his windshield wipers, and still the rain came down. The owner of the beauty parlor came out to see what all the fuss was about. She bumped into the barber coming out of his barber shop, and they began to argue. Up on his ladder, the painter grumbled, "I can't paint in the rain." He started to climb down and bonked the barber in the head with his can of paint. Now all three of them were arguing. Uh-oh. Next, the baker stepped out of his bakery. "My roof is leaking and my cakes are all getting wet," he moaned. He opened his umbrella and poked the pizza man in the nose, so they joined in the bickering too. Ooh, bickering, that's a good word. That's another word for arguing. A boy ran by chasing a small boat down the stream in the gutter. He splashed a little girl and she began to cry, and still the rain came down. The grocery man stomped out onto the sidewalk and yelled, "Where is that delivery truck? I need my tomatoes." He ran into a lady coming out of the clothing store and knocked her boxes into his fruit stand. Oranges, apples, and lemons bounced down the sidewalk, and still the rain came down. Wow, what a mess. The policeman walked back to his car. "What is all this ruckus about?" he asked. The whole block was honking, yelling, bickering, and barking. Wow. And then... ... What do you think will happen next? The rain stopped. Look at their faces. And so did the noise. The sun came out and the air smelled fresh and sweet. Everything shimmered and a rainbow stretched across the rooftops. Makes me think of the rainbow activity in science this week. Look at all their faces. They look pretty happy to see that sun again. "It's much too nice a day to be arguing," said the baker. "I have cakes to bake. And I have pizzas to make," said the pizza man. "I could use a shave while my building dries," said the painter to the barber. And they went inside. Wow, look at that. They're all getting along. How funny. The policeman said, "Everything looks A-OK here to me," and he drove off in his car. The woman in the taxi decided she had time to have her hair done before her trip, and she went into the beauty parlor. So the lady with the boxes got into the taxi and went home. The truck driver told the grocer, "I have your tomatoes." "Wonderful," said the grocer, "but first I'll have to pick up this fruit." The little girl and boy helped him, so he bought them ice cream cones, and the ice cream man gave them each an extra scoop because it was such a nice day. Wow, I think they're all feeling better. Then the man, his wife, and their baby had a picnic together in the backyard while the dog, the cat, and the chickens slept in the warm afternoon sun. That's the end. And this page kind of reminds us what the book was showing us when the rain was coming down. This book makes me think about how the weather can make us feel differently. Sometimes the rain can make you feel sad and grumpy. Sometimes the sun can make you feel happy and excited to go outside. Think about what weather makes you feel like. I would like to know, how do you feel with different weathers? What does the rain make you feel like? What does the sun make you feel like? I would love to know. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.